Hello, I'm Carrie Hazley with the National Weather Service with Friday's Alaska statewide weather. Heavy rain over the past week has raised water levels in rivers and streams across northwest and north central Alaska. This includes the Kobuk, Noatak, and Koyukuk rivers. Now, most rivers in the region have crested and will continue to slowly recede as we go through the next couple of days. We're also dealing with heavy rainfall that has caused near bank full and even some low-lying flood conditions in the upper parts of the Kuskokwim River from the McGrath to Aniak stretch there. Water levels have crested as of Friday afternoon, though they are expected to remain high as precipitation is expected to continue through the day on Friday. We do have a special weather statement in effect for this. Now, as we get into the overnight hours, again, we'll continue to see a bit of a wet pattern across southwest Alaska with an area of low pressure that is centered over north central mainland and a frontal boundary associated with that is kind of spreading precipitation from west to east across the interior. We'll continue to see showers start to develop a bit more across most of mainland Alaska as these systems work their way across the state. We're also turning our attention as we get into the overnight hours to a system developing out over the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia and a frontal boundary associated with that already poking its way into the far western Aleutians. This is going to be the next weather pattern, big weather maker as we get into the weekend time frame when we see a pretty strong Bering Sea system develop as we get into the Saturday time frame, a 986 millibar low that'll push its way out into the far western part of in the Aleutians by Saturday afternoon. There's another system that we're going to continue to watch, that one over the Gulf of Alaska. Now we have low pressure also continuing to persist over mainland Alaska as well. So overall, a very progressive and a very wet pattern as we go into the weekend with rain across much of mainland Alaska, even the potential for some snow with a frontal boundary pushing its way into the west coast. By Sunday, we have these two systems that are really dominating the weather. There's the one moving into the Bering Sea, 985 millibar low into the western part of the Bering frontal boundaries with that stretch almost to the west coast by Sunday afternoon, not quite. So we should see a bit of a break along the west coast through the Sunday time frame. It'll really be early next week that we start to be concerned about this system. Coming into the day on Sunday, we'll have another area of low pressure push its way into the panhandle, keeping things wet and pretty active for the foreseeable future. With Alaska statewide weather, I'm meteorologist Carrie Hazley.